Mas rapidinho, chama o Ixi,
Oh Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor to say thank you, my Lord, for the lies that come through this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we will live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action. Blue crystal eyes, colors of the sky. Gray bushy beard, Santa's look-alike. Shine on your brothers on there, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, colors of the sky. Gray bushy beard, Santa look-alike. Shine on your brothers on there, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ.
Wherever you are, glowing seeds of love, as our Master Jesus taught. You will see that behind every sight there's a flame shining bright, tiny spark created by God. I will follow your path, Father, 'cause nobody's alone in life, and the scars of my destiny will be healed by your love. Disseminate wherever you are, glowing seeds of love, as our Master Jesus taught. As our Master Jesus taught.
Another day, another flower, another minute past the hour. Someday the sky is blue, and suddenly we can't see through. And every day is a fresh new start, When the sun turns off the moonlight, we get another chance to choose the road we want to cruise. And on the other side of the mountain, there's always a whole new road, a new beginning calling after every end. There are a million reasons to pick you up after every fall. It's always a win in the new round. On the other side of the mountain, there's always a whole new road, and a new beginning calling after every end. And there are a million reasons to pick you up after every fall. It's always a win in the new round. It's always a win in the new round. It's always a win in the new round. It's always a win in the new round.
When I go in to pray, I look for my good Jesus. And when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, Jesus, they never we apart. Please bring all your light to shine inside my heart. Jesus, Jesus, I can be content. I have your endless love and your protecting hand.
Hello, good evening, brothers and sisters of my heart. I'm very happy to be here and in our public meeting. So before we start, we'd like to share some announcements. So everybody is welcome, and we'd like to ask you to turn off the notification of your cell that make you feel more comfortable. So please find a quiet place so you can enjoy the lecture tonight. So if it's possible, of course. In our meeting, it's 30 minutes presentation, followed the Q&A. Everybody's welcome to ask questions that we're going to be happy to try to answer in the end. So then, after the presentation, we will have the spiritual treatment, which passes in magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. We would like to announce that our public meeting is being retransmitted today by the Continental Conference America through their Facebook, and also be retransmitted every Wednesday at 8 p.m. by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and the YouTube. You'd like to know something about the Spiritism, more topics, you are invited to come with us and get to know the Spiritism. It's a free course for everybody, so everybody is welcome. And soon we're gonna have a new classes starting. For those that in need, we are offering the gospel at home. So if you want to implant a weekly gospel at home, we are offering support, and we can help you to start, to give the direction what to do, who can participate. So you can, in our chat, there's an inscription that you put your name. So we're gonna be happy to help you to start a gospel at home. Also, also, we'd like to offer the prayer for those they needed. So if you think that you need, or somebody that you love need this, so there's a form that you can fill it up. It's confidential, and we can pray together for this person or this family or for yourself, you name it. So everybody is welcome to fill it up the form. What else? We have the vibration. Those prayer is a vibration. So we are very happy to announce it too. We're gonna have a Alta de Souza fraternal meeting. This year we're gonna meet everybody in Winnipeg. Everybody is welcome to visit Winnipeg in May 20 and 21st of this year. And the main team is gonna have charity the way. So everybody is invited to participate with us. Also, not only this theme, but also we have a Spiritist Center, family, vices and depression, and practice the Alta de Souza fraternal campaign. So everybody is welcome to join us these days that we're going to start and practice the Spiritism. So now we're gonna start our regular meeting, and like always, we start with the prayer. So I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable, because in these moments we're gonna relax inside. Think about Jesus Christ as a sun that clear everything, that bright our lives, and ask the permission to start this meeting. So also allow the good spirits to be with us. Allow the good spirits to bless our speaker tonight, that we can absorb all the gospel that she's gonna bring about your love. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be here today and forever. So I'm very happy to announce today we're going to have our sister Marcel from London, Ontario, and she's going to talk about the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 14, Children's Ingratitude and Family Ties. And specific item 9, honor your father and mother. And now, come here, Marcel. Oh, just to remind you, everybody is welcome to do comments, questions. Marcel is going to be very happy to answer your questions. Marcel, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
With
Thanks
this
for having
smile,
me.
with this smile, I'm 100%. We are good and you're going to be better because you bring some good news about the gospel of Jesus Christ. Thank you for
Hopefully.
coming. Thank you for coming. And now everything is yours now. Okay? I'll be here beside any help. I'll be here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for having me. Um, may the peace of Jesus be with each one of us. We ask to the good Spiritist to help us in our today's study, in us doing to our evidence ignorance. So today, like Publius said, today we are gonna start the chapter 14, honor your father and your mother, and the item it's 9, and the Spiritist teachings, children ingratitude and family ties. So the study today, we are gonna base it on the letter from Saint Augustine, which is in the Gospel according to Spiritism. So to start, let's analyze the definition I brought of ingratitude, one of the topics that we will study tonight. Ingratitude is the fact that someone is not grateful for something or lack of appreciation for help that has been given. And I have a question. So, how do you feel when someone acts with ingratitude towards you? Usually, we feel sad or upset, right? What if this person who acts in this way is related to us? Is it is from our is it if this person is from our family, how do we act, or rather how should we act? In the Gospel according to Spiritism, as I said, this letter from St. Augustine, I wrote some parts. It's a long letter, and I brought some parts that I think that is very important to us to think here and to talk a little bit about it. So, ingratitude is one of the most immediate fruits of selfishness. It is always revolting to honest hearts, but the ingratitude of children towards their parents has an even more odious character. The Gospel according to Spiritism teaches us that all evils come from pride and selfishness, and ingratitude is the daughter of selfishness. And once reincarnation is brought to the foundation of social domestic phenomena, it is not only the relationship between parents and children that assumes importance, but also the relationship between children and parents. Spiritism shows us that nothing happens by chance. So no one is born into a family without having something to learn or to atone for. So sometimes we feel that, oh, I'm in the wrong family. I don't like my sister. I don't like my brother. I don't like my mother, or I don't like my father. I have something with them that I cannot embrace them. I cannot be with them. And don't worry, nothing happens by chance. God knows everything, and we are going to study a little bit about it tonight. So, in order to reach God, there is one password only: charity. However, There can be no charity without forgetting offense and wrongs. Neither can there be charity with hatred in the heart and without forgiveness. So this is the way. It's simple like that. But we know it is not easy. So Saint Augustine makes it clear that to us that charity, love, and forgiveness of offense is the best way to reach God. So if we practice love and charity in our lives, and someone acts ungratefully towards us, we will have more ways to forgive that person. We know that it's not easy, but we need to try because this is one of the Jesus teachings for us. Um, we brought this other part of the letter. Through an unprecedented effort, these spirits look at those they detested while on earth, but at such a sight their animosity awakens. They rebel against the idea of forgiveness and even more against self denial, especially when it means loving those who perhaps destroyed their fortune, honor, or family. We know that most of the times it's very hard for us to stay with someone that we know that did something bad to us. But God's mercy is so big that He gives us the opportunity to reborn in a new body. And most of the times, we feel people who are very important to us to bring and to teach us love and forgiveness. So Spiritism teach us about reincarnation, which is the manifestation of God's mercy for all of us. Many times, because of our pride and selfishness, we end up doing evil to other people or other people do it to us. And so we begin to hate that person. However, if we don't forgive with all our heart, we will have to reincarnation again as many times as necessary with the people we hated so that we can learn to love and forgive them. This is why we so often see situations of hatred among people of the same family, parents and children, siblings, and many times there is no apparent reason for the hatred that is felt. Only reincarnation explains these facts, and Spiritism is the one who teaches us about reincarnation. After years of meditation and prayer, the Spirit profits from the use of a body that is to be born in the family of the one it used to hate, and it asks the Spirit's designate to transmit the divine orders to be allowed to fulfill on the earth the destiny of the body that is about to be formed. So, our true life is the spiritual life. When we disincarnate, we become aware of all the good and bad things we have done and the things that we had to do and we didn't. We are oriented by the good spirits about our future life and that we should to correct our past mistakes. Thus, we reincarnate sometimes together with someone we hated a lot in the past lives, so that both can learn the truest sense of love and forgiveness. We know that it's not easy to belong to the same family as someone we don't like or get along with. However, God allows us this experience so that we can overcome our bad tendencies and forget our past mistakes. And love is the only way for us to redeem ourselves. Sorry about this. This is a question. I'm gonna read. I don't know if you guys can read uh, properly, but so how will it behave as a member of this family? So it depends on the degree of persistence of its resolution to do better. The constant contact with individuals it used to hate is a terrible trial to which it succumbs sometimes. If its will is not sufficiently strong. Thus, depending on whether its good or bad resolution prevails, it will either be a friend or enemy of those among whom it has been called upon to life. So, in this way, we will. It will depend on our own efforts to overcome the hatred we feel for our relatives. We reinforce that nothing happens by chance, and no one is born into a family by mistake. Everything is determined by divine justice. So we are in the right family that we need to learn, to evolve ourselves, to forgive, to teach. Sometimes we teach our parents too, because we are old spirits. We are in a young body, it depends. But if we compare to our spirits, we have, even if we are 80 years old, we have a young body compared to how many lives, how many years our spirits has. So we are in the place that we need to, and we need to do the effort we can to be better person, to try to understand people who are living with me. I don't say about husband and wife, because this is a person who we choose, right? But here we choose when we are incarnated. Sometimes we choose before. But like our parents, our siblings, but this is the our primary family. So this is most important to us, to understand one and another, and to love one and another too. This is how one can explain those hatreds, those instinctive repulsions that may be observed in certain children and which no previous act seems to justify. In fact, there is nothing in the present existence that could have caused such an antipathy. In order to understand it, one must look to the past. So, again, St. Augustine brings us that past lives shows us that most of the things that we need to know about our current life. But when we reincarnate, we forget everything, so we don't know anything that we said, that we make a deal, we made a deal there, but we don't we don't remember when we reincarnate. And if we see situation like that, people in the same family hating each other, and there is no reason for that that we can see, we certainly need to think about past lives. So once again, Spiritism shows us that many of our sufferings come from causes prior to this existence. Many hates, loves, or other feelings we bring when we reincarnate, because only the body dies. The spirit remains in the same way, feeling the same feelings as before. Only our will make us change or improve. So when we discarnate here, we will go to our real life, the spiritual life, the same way. If I love my mom, I will go there loving my mom. And the contrary is gonna be the same. Okay, so I will change just if I want to. If my will to change, it's um, strong enough to to make a better situation in my life. So another part of the letter, when you produce a body, the soul who incarnates, it is in it has come from the spiritual world in order to progress. Know your duties and put all your love in dealing that soul to God. This is the mission that has been entrusted to you and for which you will receive recompense if you faithfully fulfill. So the message makes it clear that it's our duty and responsibility to always improve ourselves. If we follow the teachings that Jesus left us, we will certainly be better person in each existence. We know that evolution doesn't give leaps and that we improve our tendencies little by little, but we need to take the first step towards our evolution to evolve ourselves. And we must remember that Jesus Christ is our guide and model. When he came here, he left his examples, and his life is the best way for us to see how should we act in our lives. The care and education you give it will help in its self improvement and future well being. Remember that God will ask every father and every mother, what did you do for the children who are entrusted into your care? If because of your fault they have remained behind, your punishment will be to see them among the suffering spirits when it depends on you for them to be happy. So, this is a great responsibility, right? Here, St. Augustine shows us that is it is the parents' responsibility to show the best way to teach God's moral laws to their children so that they become good people and fulfill their responsibilities in this life. In case of the parents fail in their task of educating their children, St. Augustine teaches us that the punishment for the parents will be to see their children among suffering spirits. So it is very sad, right? I imagine how sad it could be for a parent, for a mother, for a father to see their children suffering in a bad situation, especially if the fault is for the parents because of the lack of education, right? Therefore, do not rebut the little child who spurned its mother, not the one who repays you with ingratitude. It was no accident that made it the way and gave it to you. An imperfect intuition about the past is being revealed, from which you may deduce that one or the other of you has hated Matt or has been greatly offended, and that one or other has come to forgive you or to expiate. So it's not by chance, as we said, right? Um, so this passage makes it clear that even a child acts ungratefully towards his mother or father, it is the parents' duty to give as much love as they can because the children has a purpose for being there. As the child grows up and sees the good example of love and forgiveness that the parents practice in their lives, possibly the child will also learn and act with love and forgiveness, right? Because you can say whatever you want, but if you don't practice them, your words are going to fly because your example says more than your words. Mothers, embrace therefore the child who causes you trouble and say to yourself, one of us was blameworthy. Make yourself deserve the divine joys that God has bestowed upon motherhood by teaching your children that they are on the earth to improve themselves, to love, and to bless. So, for this slide, um, even if the child bring lots of suffering through its action, its parents should love and understand that there is an opportunity for reparation, that we don't know or understand what it is, but God knows everything and has always a reason for everything that happened to us. Um, Sometimes we see like some mothers with depression after giving birth, and the spiritism, some books and magazines, spiritism, we can see some, and some lectures too, we can see that this can happen. It's not always like that because it's all relative. It's not all the same thing, all the same way, but it can be because of in the past life, um, this mother and this child weren't good, they didn't good with it one in another, right? So in the past life, maybe the child killed this mother, but it is not about to the last past life. The mother was her life, so her mother. No, we don't know, but they were spirits and they did bad with each other in the past life, so they can come again and they can stay in the same family to learn how to love and how to forgive themselves. From infancy, children manifest the good or evil instinct they have brought from their previous existence, and it's necessary that we apply ourselves to studying them. All evils have their origin in selfishness and pride, so watch out for the least signs that reveal the seeds of this vice and take care to combat them without waiting for them to put down deeper roots. So it is the parents' duty and responsibility to guide and teach good manners. More than that, correcting mistakes as soon as they appear. From an early age, we have the ability to perceive the personality of a child. It is up to the parents to guide the children to the path of good so that the children can become a spirit in search of the evolution. Because this is why we are in this life to evolve ourselves, right? To make right something that we make wrong in the past life. Do as good gardeners who cut off the defective shoots as soon as they appear on the tree. If selfishness and pride are allowed to develop, do not be surprised if you are paid back later with ingratitude. So, for every action, there is a reaction. So, if you act with lack of love, lack of discipline, you can be paid with ingratitude later on. So, according to St. Augustine, ingratitude is the result of the parents' lack of care regarding the education of their children. Even if the task it is not easy, and we know it is not, it is necessary to do the right thing and guide the incarnate spirit to the best path. And we must always remember that God will never give us the weight greater than we can bear. Therefore, we must be resigned and always do the best we can. When parents have done everything they should for their children's moral advancement, but are unsuccessful nonetheless, they have nothing to reproach themselves for, and their conscience can rest easy. So if you know that you did everything you have to do, you can be in peace. So thus we realize that if we do the right thing according to Jesus' teachings, and even so our children do not follow our instruction, Saint Augustine says that we should be tranquil and with our conscience in peace because we have done our duty. And this is the matters. But as for the very natural heartache they feel from the failure of their efforts, God reserves a great and immense consolation through their certainty, that it is only a delay and that it will be given to them to achieve in another existence the work they began in this one, and that someday their ungrateful children will repay them with love. This is in Gospel according to the Spiritism, chapter 13, item 19. So this passage brings us the consolation that nothing is lost, even if parents do everything to educate their children in the best way and they do not follow the path of good. There is the reincarnation that brings us the possibility of being reborn in a new body and having new possibility to get it right. It right. However, this depends only on our willingness to follow the path of love. Just depend on us. God never imposes trials beyond the strength of those who ask for them. He only allows trials that can be accomplished. Regarding those who do not succeed, it is not because they lack of ability, but because they lack the will. For there are many who, instead of resisting their evil tendencies, take pleasure in them. It is for this that tears and cries of anguish are reserved in later existence. So once again, the teachings of the Spiritists shows us that God does not allow us to experience any suffering that we don't need. Many times we are the ones who ask for certain tests to expire, but as we forget when we reincarnate, we always think that the test is too big to bear, but believe me, it is not. Therefore, admire the goodness of God, who never shuts the door to repentance. So we will always have the opportunity to start over. Whenever we repent that we want to do the right thing, a new opportunity will be granted to us because God is love and his mercy is eternal. So he loves us no matter what, but and he gave us the free will. So we need to be responsible for our acts. If we do bad, we need to be responsible for that. That's why we need to reincarnate as many times as we need it. Harsh trials, hear me well, almost always indicate an end of suffering and of an improvement for the spirits when they are accepted out of love for God. So, according to Spiritism, every suffering we experience serves for our growth and learning. And most of the times, we always learn from our mistakes. When we do something bad and we see the consequences, that it is not good, we certainly will learn from this mistake and we won't do it again. And to, let's see, therefore, welcome then as brother and sisters, come to their aid, and later, in the words of Spiritism, the family will be happy for having saved castaways, who in turn will be able to save others. So finally, we emphasize that um, no matter how hard the life is, we are never alone. Jesus and the good spirits will be with us always, helping us through difficulties and helping us on our journey of evolution, in us. Um, Helping us put someone in our path in our life that is going to give us some good examples, give us love, act with charity. And as we said in the past lectures, uh, charity is not only the material, there is the moral one, right? So if someone acts with us with love, forgiveness, and charity, is the best way to overcome feeling of ingratitude. So let's us keep our faith in God always. And to finalize, I brought this quote from Emmanuel. For ingratitude, the answer is charity in the form of forgetfulness. So this is the way we need to learn. We know that it is not easy, but it's worth it. Okay. Thank you.
Marcel, what a beautiful explanation. But I feel that we could talk more 2 or 3 public meetings, and this subject is not never gonna finish because
Yeah.
it's very important, very interesting. And it
Mm-hmm.
start my mind start boiling. There's some questions here. I have two of them actually, but let's see. In all of them, it's almost the same thing. And thank you, first of all, thank you because it's a very very interesting subject. And you brought
Yeah, it
some
is.
concept that spiritists bring us to
Mm-hmm.
clarify some points. Like
I think he had some problem, technical problem, but I think he's connecting again.
sorry,
Welcome back.
technical difficulties. I was saying there's some questions. I'm gonna put one here. First of all,
Okay.
this one here, Rodrigo Villar. Is charity the way to face these family challenges? So,
Yes.
yes?
Yes, I
How?
believe yes. Charity, love, forgiveness, as Saint Augustine said.
Oh, so you start answering the next question. The next
Oh,
question is mine too. Because a
uh,
family, when you think about family and you talk about reincarnation, spiritism is reincarnation is part of spiritism. I have a question for you.
mhm,
First, let me
okay.
take this out. This next question is very close to the another one. So, do we reincarnate in the same family, or oh no, this family is so complicated. I'm gonna keep changing. How it is, Marcel?
It depends. It depends.
Depending
If
on
if you don't do right in the same family, and you all the lives you guys are keeping doing bad with yourselves, you guys are gonna coming always together until you learn how to love and how to forgive.
okay, that's the point. So, in the end, the answer is we must learn how to love.
Love.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love. Yeah,
So,
love is
it's very important because Chico Xavier, he has a very interesting quote. I know we are running out of time, but this
Mhm.
quote of Chico is very important. He keep on saying, in reincarnation, nobody go to the wrong address. What it means? Like nobody goes to the wrong address in reincarnation. Like, oh, I came to this family, but I belong to another one. How it works, Marcel?
As I said before, nothing happens by the chance, by chance, and we are in the family that we need to be to learn because we have something to learn or to expiate with these people, the parents or siblings, whatever. We never was born we were born in wrong family. We are all in the family that we need to, and we see
So
we if you we achieve the highest level of love and charity and forgiveness, you can actually
so
you don't need to change the family in the next one if you learn to love in this here because you want to be with them, right?
because like a lot of people, uh, teenagers, they like say, oh, they don't ask to born, they don't ask to reincarnate. You're smiling, why? Nobody asked, or how is this?
Sometimes we beg for this.
Oh, that's that's the word. Yeah, the spirits keep on saying that no, no, we didn't ask, we beg for, because it's very, very important to reincarnate, right?
Yeah,
I'm very happy for the subject that you brought tonight, and very clarify our minds and bringing us the spiritist point of view. It's very, very important for us to understand and start working on this, because
yeah,
as you say, as soon as we learn this how to love, we're gonna be better. So let's start when, next week, or how it is, start next
now,
week or start right
now.
now?
It's our homework.
Okay, exactly our homework. Thank you very, very much,
Thank you,
Marcel.
Julio.
Have a beautiful night. I'm
You
very
too.
happy to have you here, and I'm gonna ask you to come back again.
Okay, thank
Thank,
you. We are all together. Thank you.
yes,
Bye. Have a
thank
good night.
you. Thank you. Take care. So now we're gonna start the second part. That is the spiritual treatment. So what it is? Spiritual treatment is a path that it's composed of two different things. This is a path. What is path? Path is a transfusion of spiritual energy, assisting our physical, emotional, and mental balance. What else? Must help us to restore our state of harmony and peace. To best benefit from the spiritual treatment, please follow the guided audio instruction or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. As we said before, we ask you to set aside a container of water. That is the time that we're gonna use, and we're gonna ask the good spirit to magnetize the water. So the water is a very easy a chemical component that receive healing energy for our body and soul, which your family can be benefit from. So to to start this part, we're gonna do a prayer that's gonna be also our final prayer. So for this moment, we're gonna ask you, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and mentalize Jesus Christ open his arms to us. And this moment, say thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here, listening, learning your teachings, your gospel, that we prepare our lives, prepare our families, prepare our spirit to start loving one another. Master, we ask a permission for the good spirits to be with us. Allow the good spirits to put in this water, that magnetize this water to help us to benefit from. Be with us today and forever. And thank you, Lord.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the moment of the passes and the magnetization of water. Let's now calm our hearts, breathing in and out. Pay attention to your body. Focus on your breath and let yourself be carried by this energy. Let your thoughts pass by without judging them. Let them flow. Allow this light to be the beacon that guides you, and allow these words to penetrate your energy. Make each word an anchor of gratitude, faith, and trust. With the purpose of healing, which takes away my faith, healing every feeling of separation, of pain, let it all dissolve in this moment, leaving only love, gratitude, and trust. We ask God for the presence of our guardian angel and the friendly spirits who welcome us into this enlightened environment of our Spiritist Center. We open our plexus of love and forgiveness by mentalizing a light surrounding our hearts. Find a quiet and comfortable place to begin the mentalization process. Remove all worries from your thoughts. We ask that during the pass you breathe slowly and deeply. Let your body relax and surrender yourself to a deep meditation. Calmly imagine divine energies in soft and colorful light surrounding you in an environment of peace and spiritual warmth. Entrusting God with your most intimate desires, raise your thoughts to Jesus and the emissaries of the spiritual environment. The pass begins with the cleansing of your soul. Imagine a waterfall of crystal clear water pouring over us, removing all the feelings that keep you away from faith and trust. Feel the energy of this water bathing you and deeply breathe in, feeling peace and harmony. Allow this water to wash away all the impurities and spiritual larvae, washing away all the sorrows and resentments, any feelings of hatred and revenge that hold us back and cause us harm, not only from this life, but past ones as well. Now visualize spiritual doctors around you, applying magnetic cleansing passes, sanitizing your spiritual body of all sadness and negative energy. Mentalize these negative thoughts and feelings being washed away, evaporating from your soul, like water evaporating into thin air, and being carried far away from your mind. Surround yourself with the faith that bathes your being, bringing clarity and lucidity, rebalancing every cell in your body. May the water envelop all pain and bring the clarity of opportunity that chooses peace. The answer arises in our hearts, freeing us from all evil and freeing all whom we have caused evil into and who have caused us evil, washing away all the connections that bind us. Even though we may not understand, we are freeing ourselves from all that causes us harm. Feel this cleansing penetrate your soul and release. Now that we are spiritually cleansed, imagine yourself surrounded by the light of love from the hands of Jesus. At this moment, sing words of faith and gratitude, being faithful to the light that exists in me, planted by the zealous Father. Imagine the sunlight that surrounds and enraptures, freeing us from the chains of everything that holds us down, strengthening your faith. Allow yourself to trust in this light, surrender to it, involved in pleasant feelings and feeling relieved to receive the strengthening lights. Mentalize your spiritual mentors now applying divine light for the strengthening of your mind and your emotions, leaving you feeling emotionally revitalized. Let us now mentalize the magnetization of this water. May we mentalize all the friendly spirits, magnetizing this water and filling it with everything that our bodies, minds, and soul need, so that it may be of help to us when we drink it after the Pass. Thank you, God.
Hello, friends. I'd like to say thank you to all of you that stay with us. And if you just came right now, couldn't see all the meeting, you can go to our Facebook page or YouTube, or you can Spiritism Canada, or you can go to the Spiritist group Path of Light, and you can see there from YouTube and Instagram too, Facebook. So, or tomorrow in the Kardec Radio, we'd like to say thank you very, very much and have a wonderful week. And we're going to be waiting for you next week at the same time. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Come on, my friend, come to the light. together on this road. Then we take peace and love and spread it to the world.